Ooh, look at that. We should turn things on. Yes, sometimes we forget. How's everybody doing this morning? No, man, I see some people look like them vexed. Some people never drink no porridge this morning. A little cross. Ooh, look at it's that. Too early to be crossed, you know. We should turn things on. We have much to be thankful for. And in case you don't remember, let me remind you. No, you are currently sitting in Kingston, Jamaica. Organize, put your bags down, and we're going to play the national anthem in a few moments. You may be seated. Minister Clarke, Dr. the Honorable Nigel Clarke, Dr. Ashburn Pinnock, President, Mico University College, Nikisha Walsh, Executive Director, SLB, Claudette Cummings-McCausland, Director, Talent and Knowledge in the Ministry of Finance and Public Service, guests, everybody joining us online, members of the media, good morning, one and all. STEM learning is important for students in their everyday life, especially in our contemporary world. The rise of new technologies in biomedicine, microfabrication, robotics, and artificial intelligence makes STEM necessary. The ability to understand and apply data and develop solutions to complex problems are also very important. Students who learn STEM have critical thinking abilities. They are encouraged to innovate. They understand project management. They are team players. They have confidence. They are creative, and they have problem-solving skills. They are also, very importantly, scientifically literate. We're here this morning because we are launching the Government of Jamaica STEM Scholarship Program.
Is changing rapidly, and our most valuable resource will be our teachers. They are the key to preparing us for the future. The government of Jamaica is investing in education, teachers through scholarships in the field of STEM studies, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Apply for a STEM scholarship for the opportunity to get qualified to pursue a rewarding career as a STEM teacher. Find out more at www.mof.gov.jm/scholarships. Sign up for a STEM scholarship today. Conditions apply. Our world is changing rapidly.
My name is Shelley Ann Weeks. I am the Director, Corporate Communications and Public Relations at the Ministry of Finance and Public Service, and I'll be guiding you through the program today. And I'm going to start off by introducing Mrs. Colette Cummings-McCausland, Director, Talent and Knowledge Management in the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service, to bring an overview of the program. Please make her welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Weeks. Dr. the Honorable Nigel Clarke, Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Dr. Osborne Pinnock, President, Mico University College, Nikisha Walsh, Executive Director, Student Loan Bureau, members of academia, esteemed guests, potential scholarship recipients, members of the media, good morning. The Ministry's Strategic Workforce Planning and Improvement Branch, formerly the Scholarship and Assistance Unit within the Strategic Human Resource Management Division, was designed to provide leadership and direction in the planning, developing, and managing of workforce planning and talent management processes, procedures, and programs that support and facilitate the Government of Jamaica priorities and objectives. Our mandate is to increase training and development opportunities for public sector employees and the Jamaican citizenry, which aligns with GOJ's medium-term strategic priority, which will lead to an overall increase in human capital development and the national goal of empowering Jamaicans to achieve their fullest potential. We administer several scholarship offers, most of which are received through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade from our bilateral and multilateral partners. However, recently, the Ministry embarked on its flagship program, the Marcus Garvey Public Sector Graduate Scholarship Program, which focuses on the development of public sector workers who are desirous in pursuing studies at the postgraduate level. The program has seen 2 cohorts of scholarship recipients successfully completing their program of choice based on the scholarship offer at universities such as Harvard, King's College, University of the West Indies, Johns Hopkins, and the University of Technology, and are adding to the nation-building process through the provision of valuable service. Given the increased demand for STEM professionals and educators, the Ministry, in collaboration with the Student Loan Bureau and the Mico University College, has created the STEM Scholarship Initiative. It is designed to strengthen teacher training capacity to deliver an adequate supply of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics educators for the Jamaica school system. We foresee a total of 1,250 graduates over 5 cohorts at a cost of a little over $2.5 billion. The provision of this scholarship will foster the development not only of the scholarship recipients, but the nation based on best practices, new trends, and technological innovation garnered through their educational pursuits. Their new knowledge and creative thinking will help to push Jamaica's 2030 vision, making Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. Prospective scholarship recipients, this is your chance to build a rewarding career as you become the next generation of homegrown innovators and problem solvers. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Become the next generation of homegrown innovators and problem solvers. That should go on a t-shirt somewhere. So we continue the conversation as the government of Jamaica is putting the money where the mouth is and investing in Jamaicans, right? And so I would like to hear more, since I talk about money, from Ms. Nikisha Walsh, Executive Director, Student Loan Bureau. Please welcome her.
Good morning. Dr. the Honorable Nigel Clarke, Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Dr. Osborne Pinnock, President of Mico University College, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, good morning. The Student Loan Bureau continues its mission to provide financing to students who pursue tertiary level studies. We have contributed to nation building through the provision of loans and grants for over 50 years. And we are proud to continue to serve the educational needs of the student population and by extension, the wider Jamaica. As such, we are pleased to partner with Mico University College to implement this program that will deliver full tuition scholarships to develop 1,250 STEM teachers over the next 5 years. This program is designed to ensure that there are sufficiently qualified teachers to fill the existing gaps in our high schools and drive STEM transformation. As we transition our economy to the provision of higher value-added goods and services, STEM plays a significant role in this process. Teacher training must be adequate to meet the needs of this shift, and as such, we are delighted to allocate $2.5 billion to this initiative. In this changing environment, this program is relevant as we pivot to meet the demands in our society through science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The foundations being laid by you will continue to develop our country for generations to come. This is definitely a step in the right direction as we strive towards greater levels of efficiency in our education system. As a partner, we not only will be facilitating payments of scholarships, but we are providing additional benefits through our own STEM program to those beneficiaries and awardees who apply for a student loan. These students can benefit from a reduced interest rate of 6% per annum and are also eligible for good standard benefits up to 2% reduction until they maintain their GPA of 2.5 or greater or maintain a current status in repayment. So definitely we are aiming in the right direction. This is our commitment and investment to SLB beneficiaries who pursue studies in STEM programs across various institutions, which will allow our country to compete globally. We commend the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service for the launch of this program and say congratulations to Mico University College, who will lead the charge of providing a continuous stream of STEM teachers. Thank you.
A quick Google search informed me that there are 10 million STEM jobs that needs to be filled worldwide. Anybody want to do the maths? So this investment is very important because there is an urgent need for STEM careers, and if so, there is also an urgent need for STEM teachers in schools. The future of the nation depends on it. The SLB just told us that they're going to be providing full tuition scholarships to develop 1,250 new STEM teachers. We need to clap for that. And we're about to hear from a prospective teacher who's currently a student at Mico right now. So please make welcome Miss Samantha Sterling.
Dr. the Honorable Nigel Clarke, Dr. Osborne Pinnock, distinguished guest, a pleasant morning to you all. Roosevelt once quoted, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." I believe that dreams can become reality with special people that are our destiny helpers. Throughout my high school years, 2016 to 2022 at Clarendon College, I strove to become an A student. I was not a gifted student, but on my journey, I met some phenomenal angels in the form of humans that are called teachers. They helped me to achieve a lot of academic success, such as being on the principal's honor roll for 6 consecutive years and getting an award for being an exemplary student. Not only did they help me in this area, but they molded me into the intelligent, outgoing, helpful, and persistent young lady that I am today. They showed me love and patience along my learning journey, and not just for mention, they motivated me when I gave up on myself during the pandemic when I felt pressured for CXC preparations. After high school, I sat and reflected on my years spent at the institution and asked myself, who do you want to become? It was at that moment that I realized that I wanted to become part of a child's success story and development in society, just as how my teachers were a part of my high school story. I then called my teachers for guidance in selecting the best college that can foster my development to become a teacher. All of them told me to pursue my degree at the Mico University College. And that I would not regret it. So I sent out my application to specialize in biology. Got the acceptance letter and was very happy. But then reality hit me. How would I attend a university with a single parent that does not have a stable income? I don't want to borrow a loan. I do not want to become a college dropout because I cannot pay tuition fees. These were some of the fearful thoughts that ran through my mind. A few days later, I spoke with my pastor, who is also a principal, about the whole situation, and she introduced me to the MST scholarship and told me to send out my application. Before sending out the application, I did some research on it and figured out that it did not cover biology. Right there, I told myself that it made no sense that I apply for it when it did not cover my specialization. However, I called the Mico to ask if they could change my specialization to chemistry, and they did. At that moment, I had more faith to fill out the application and send it out. With no further ado, I got the scholarship. Throughout my first year, it has benefited me in so many ways, such as 1, to focus on my studies without worrying about how my tuition fees are going to be paid. 2, to allow the Mico the opportunity to foster the necessary skills and values that I need to become the excellent teacher that I yearn to become. 3, to work towards maintaining a good academic reputation throughout my courses at the Mico. 4, to aspire towards my dream and inspire future generations that they can achieve anything that they want because assistance is available. 5, to achieve my goal and be able to tell persons of the importance of STEM education in the 21st century. Upon entering the Mico, the courses carried out by the well-trained and passionate lecturers made me fall in love with the student-teacher learning process. Not to mention, my specialization lecturers who have made learning chemistry an interesting and fun process so far. They have assisted me in sharpening my 4C skills, such as critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication skills. Without a doubt, I know I will become the teacher of change that I aspire to become with the help of the innovative lecturers at the Mico and financial assistance from the MST scholarship. In closing, I just want to express gratitude towards the Ministry of Education and Youth, Ministry of Finance, for selecting me as a scholarship recipient and for making my dreams and those of others become reality. Now, with these scholarships being offered by the Ministry of Finance, I have faith that Jamaica's young adults seeking assistance to pursue an education in STEM will also be given the opportunity to inspire before they expire. Thank you.
Inspire before they expire. I'm writing these things down. It's going on a t-shirt. You know, I'm building a business as we speak. Yes, man. Miss Samantha, thank you. Clap her again for me now, please. Listen, I don't know how many of us are paying attention to her story, but we do that to ourselves so many times. We see an opportunity and we say, no, but it not gonna work. And we look and we read and we say, you know, say, what you tell yourself matters. Try anyway. There are a lot of Jamaicans who have not taken any sort of opportunity that comes their way because they decide before they even try that they are not qualified. We need to stop it. Samantha, thank you. You are my favorite person so far this morning. We are going to talk after. Yes. And then, you know, I'm going to talk to Mr. Pinnock about his East Indian mango tree. But in the meantime, we're going to invite Dr. Ashburn Pinnock, President Mico University College, to come and share a few moments with us.
Thank you. Good morning. Honorable Nigel Clarke, Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Mrs. Nikisha Walsh, Executive Director of the Student Loan Bureau, Mrs. Colette Cummings, Director of Corporation, Communication and Public Relations, and other officers from the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service, Mrs. Joy Baker Gibson, this one I know very well, this name I know very well, Dean of the Faculty of Science and Technology at the Mico University College, my other colleagues from the Mico and students and friends, colleagues and friends of the media, good morning. These are really exciting times. And in fact, it is unprecedented times for Jamaica. We're on the cusp of change. And as I listened to my student there, I said to the minister, there's hope for this country. We're on the cusp of great things, which will revolutionize education and will have a major ripple effect, which will redound to the good of our beloved country, Jamaica. Jamaica has made significant strides in many areas in the world, and is constantly amazed at our level of the power of dominance in many areas. In fact, last night was a good example of a 4-1 whipping of Trinidad and Tobago in football. Our girls are at the World Cup for the second time. In addition to the prowess of our athletes and the popularity of Jamaican culture, tourism, product, cuisine, Jamaica is also very well respected internationally in the area of education. Each time our debating teams and our robotic teams and debaters travel and internationally, we are reminded of a phrase, we little but we talawa. Therefore, our orientation towards a STEM-driven economy will be a major part of the solution for Jamaica, raising our level of competitiveness and enabling us to compete with the best of the best, locally and internationally. Training our teachers to deliver STEM curriculum at the primary, secondary, and tertiary levels, redirecting national consciousness towards STEM education, and the development and preparing a 21st century workforce will ensure that we have a seat at the international table. Positive student outcome, everyone has some way and some shape or form being impacted by a teacher. And we heard this testimony just now from our student. This investment by the ministry provides the antidote to dreams that would have been deferred in the absence of financial resources. like all our other courses at the Mico University College. Training in STEM education will prepare graduates with transferable skills to support careers in multiple sectors and industries. And let me emphasize this a bit. You see, a foundation bachelor's degree in teacher education will take you anywhere you want to go in this world. Our past students registry will indicate that we have persons who are lawyers, doctors, CEOs, pastors, priests, nuns. So no matter what profession that you want to pursue, come to the Mico and pursue a teacher education degree. So Minister, on behalf of the Mico, on behalf of the hundreds of students all over Jamaica who will benefit from these STEM scholarships, I express tremendous gratitude to the ministry for the investment in Jamaica's future. And I want to emphasize the word investment. I hate to hear the word cost of education. When you speak of cost, it means that you have to make a profit somewhere, etc. When you talk about investment, then you know there are going to be great returns on your investment. It is my hope that other public sector entities and private sector entities will join the Honorable Minister and also Dr. Glenn Christian, Mr. Butch Hendricks, Douglas O'Rain, Howard Mitchell, and the STEM for Growth Foundation are all investing in STEM and STEM training. We also invite you to our STEM conference to be held from July 5 to 7 at the AC Marriott Hotel next week. And so looking forward to us as we start a discussion and a conversation of the direction of Jamaica as we move to transform the education system into a game-changing force. Jamaica is ready for this game change. And these scholarships will support those bright young Jamaicans who are ready to bring their A game to education. While we focus on STEM, and I know Minister and I have a little disagreement on this, but while we focus on STEM, the arts are critical, and we are a people of STEAM. The arts is what we are known for in many, many areas. And so while not compromising our STEM agenda, we have to include the arts in what we do. Though our goal is to achieve hard and tangible results, let us not forget the importance of focusing on the soft skills, the emotional intelligence, the communication, the ability to work in teams and to problem solve, and to make decisions to manage conflict and stress. Therefore, we endorse a holistic and differentiated approach to teaching and learning. There's enough evidence to prove that boys and girls learn differently. And STEM training will equip our teachers with the ability to impart differentiated instructions so that the future men and women will benefit and maximize the process and become part of the engine of change to make Jamaica a great nation. Minister, when we visited you in December, we came for another reason, but we came home with 1,250 STEM scholarships. I want to thank you so much. But I look forward to the initial reason for the visit, and we'll talk about that later. Thank you.
Transform the education system into a game-changing force. That is an awesome plan. I think we should all get on board. Thank you so much, Dr. Pinnock. In his 2023 budget presentation, our next speaker says, Jamaica seeks to accelerate our pace of growth by investing in and producing a technically proficient workforce that can sustain a higher value-added investment and jobs. A workforce with STEM competencies, must also be infused with creativity and innovation, complex problem solving, critical thinking, and communication skills, of course the 4 C's, to enable a global, competitive, and sustainable economy. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome our next speaker, Dr. the Honorable Nigel Clarke, Minister of Finance and the Public Service.
Thank you, Madam Master of Ceremonies. Dr. Ashburn Pinnock, Principal of the Mico University College. Ms. Nikisha Walsh, Head of the Student Loan Bureau. Colette, from the Ministry of Finance's Scholarship Unit. Members of the Ministry of Finance, students at Mico, teachers at Mico, members of the media, good morning. I must say I was quite pleased to walk in here and see the trigonometry. Mico University College is the oldest teaching university in the Caribbean, and that's something we can be proud of. And it is therefore our privilege to partner with Mico on this initiative. I certainly know that growing up, Mico's proficiency in STEM education was known from even then. The famous Dr. Packard, I think his name was. Packer, right? Famous Dr. Packer. From I was a little kid, I don't know how I knew about Dr. Packer. Why would I have known about him? But everybody, I think he might have had extra lessons. He must have had a big extra lesson business or something like that. So Mico is known for decades for producing great teachers in all disciplines. But today we're talking about STEM in mathematics and science and related areas. Now, Jamaica is in the midst of great positive transformation. Things are happening in our country today that haven't happened before, certainly in our lifetime. The fact that we can be working on multiple highway projects at the same time, even though some of them cause some inconvenience. But highway projects in the east, highway projects in the west, highway projects, the Montego Bay Bypass, and we're starting work on widening the North Coast Highway. We are seeing our landscape transform before our very eyes. We have not seen as many buildings go up in our capital city in decades, if ever. Driving in here, I think everybody saw a building going up that they probably hadn't seen before because it's not really visible from any of our main roads. And that transformation is by design. And in addition to transforming our physical environment, we are transforming our systems and arrangements as well. We have seen the response of the Jamaican economy to the COVID-19 pandemic, how we're able to recover quickly. The challenge that we have for the long term is simply that Jamaica, for the foreseeable future, will be a small, open economy in the big, wide world. And by an open economy, what do we mean? We mean an economy where 80% of trade in visible and invisible goods represents over 80% of GDP. Let's compare that with the United States. Trade in visible and invisible goods is about 25% of the US economy. What that means for Jamaica is that we're inextricably linked with the outside world. And as such, even when we make investments, there is leakage. To build a hotel, a lot of the fixtures and fittings come from outside. When we consume, a lot of the stuff comes from outside. So the challenge for a country that is structured in that way, as far as economic growth is concerned, is how to retain more value added right here in Jamaica. And the only way to retain more value added in Jamaica over the medium and long term is to ensure that we have our human capital at a level where it can demand higher value investments. Now, the world is changing at a rapid pace. Scientific and technological advances are reshaping the world as we know it. Nanotechnology, biotechnology, robotics, artificial intelligence, and many other innovations are reordering the world as we know it and reordering the world of work. As an aside, just yesterday there was a news announcement that they had discovered a whole background of gravitational waves. Anybody knows what that is? Yes. All right? Gravitational waves, which is just will upend the way in which we think about our universe. Now, if Jamaica is to accelerate our pace of growth, we will have to ensure that we have a STEM competent workforce that can attract the jobs of the future, that can attract the investment that leads to the jobs of the future. And in this regard, we don't limit ourselves. We are students and disciples of our first national hero, Marcus Garvey, who taught us that God made us as we are, but we, through our own creative genius, fashion ourselves into who we want to be, i.e., we have agency, and we can see a goal and plot our way to get there. Well, the goal is to produce a much larger cadre of STEM proficient entrepreneurs, workers, employees in Jamaica. And that can only happen if we have well-trained STEM teachers in large numbers. Now, I was fortunate to go to Monroe College. Some people would say, you really? In the bush? Yes, in the bush, on the hills of St. Elizabeth. And one of the good fortunes of a boarding environment is that when a teacher comes, they're really making a commitment for a few years. You don't get up and find yourself at the top of the St. Elizabeth Mountains just to come for 3 months. All right? If you make up your mind to come, you're coming there for a little while. And Monroe provided, the campus, so people lived on campus. And so I had the good fortune of having a stable cohort of math and science teachers throughout my time there. I know I had cousins who were in other parts of Jamaica who were not that fortunate. They'd have one math teacher this term and another one next term. One chemistry teacher this term and another one next term. And everybody wants to fool you to say that is a problem today. I can tell you that that is not true. That has been a feature of Jamaican life for decades. My family experienced it, and many friends that I would have had. So, but my experience, though, taught me the value of having a stable set of math and science teachers. And we can only have that if we have a much larger quantity of math and science teachers. Because the truth is, math and science teachers are in demand. Why are they in demand? Because math and science proficiency is in demand. Today, the statistics from the Ministry of Education, I believe, cite that only 15% of the cohort in any particular year is, graduating cohort, is qualified to go on to tertiary level studies in science, math, and engineering subjects. Only 15%. That cannot take Jamaica forward. The countries who are on the upper or in the upper quartile of growth and development possibilities in our world today probably have 50% of their graduating cohorts, or 60% or 70% of the graduating cohorts being able to matriculate at a higher level in math and science subjects. It doesn't mean that they all do, but they're able to. So if we are serious about elevating our levels of growth and accelerating our pace of development, we are going to have to produce far more math and science and engineering and technology capable students coming out of our secondary system. And that all starts with teachers. And it is for that reason that I'm very pleased this morning to be signing the MOU with the Mico University College, the Student Loans Bureau, and with the Scholarship Unit of the Ministry of Finance for 1,250 scholarships for Jamaicans who are interested in entering the teaching profession to teach in the science, technology, engineering, and mathematical areas. This will come at a cost of $2.5 billion over the next 5 years and represents a very necessary investment in Jamaica's future. We expect these teachers who graduate from Mico University College with the benefit of this scholarship to go into the education system, Jamaica having invested in you, and to make a difference in the lives of Jamaica's young persons. And lest anybody ask, these are full tuition scholarships where all tuition expenses are paid. And so you graduate from high school, you have the courses to matriculate, you walk into Mico University College, you don't pay $1 over the next 3 or 4 years, and you walk into a job teaching your fellow Jamaicans. So I want you to advertise this far and wide. Let us see it everywhere that we are on the hunt for math and science teachers. We're launching a revolution in the country as far as STEM education is concerned, and we're doing it. And here, the Ministry of Finance is just playing a supporting role, doing our part. We are responsible for administering scholarships in Jamaica, and we are turning the direction of our scholarships in the area of the teaching profession to ensure that we have sufficient numbers of capable teachers, particularly in the math and science areas. Now this, as Colette mentioned earlier, this initiative follows on the largest scholarship program that the country has known before this, which was the Marcus Garvey Public Sector Graduate Scholarship. You see, the scholarship unit has a number of scholarships that it oversees and administers. All of them, though, are funded by other donors, foreign governments, in some cases, companies. The Marcus Garvey Public Sector Scholarship became the largest scholarship program in Jamaica's history and the largest scholarship program entered into by or sponsored by the government of Jamaica. And I'm here to say today that the scholarship program that we are launching today eclipses the Marcus Garvey Public Sector Graduate Scholarship in size. At $2.5 billion, 1,250 STEM teachers, this is the largest scholarship program in Jamaica. We're putting our money where our mouth is. We want to have a human capital development in our country that can sustain a high level of that can sustain high value added jobs in our country. And when I heard the speaker who preceded me, the prospective teacher from Mico, as Dr. Pinnock has said, the future of Jamaica is good. Is good. I was warmed by her presentation, and it redoubles or allows me to redouble effort to make sure that this scholarship program is successful, that we find all of the capable young people for whom this scholarship program will make a difference, and who in turn will make a difference in Jamaica. Teachers play a magical role in the life of children. It's much more than chalk and talk, much more than homework and assignments. It is the intangible, inspirational value of taking a young person and expanding the horizons of what that young person sees as possible for him or herself. That is the value. And in launching the scholarship program today, what we are seeking is 1,250 Jamaicans who have a desire to inspire the next generation to achieve heights that Jamaica has not yet seen, but that we know is possible. That is why we are here today. And that is why I'm so happy to be partnering with Mico University College. If there's one institution that can get this vision through and done, and I don't want to get myself in any trouble, there are many teachers' colleges, all of them good, but we're talking about Mico University today, right? But I know that under your leadership, Dr. Pinnock, this vision that we have of expanding the inspirational cadre of people who can turn out the next generation of math and science and engineering students is Mico University College. So today, we plant the seed. And what we want, Dr. Pinnock and Ms. Walsh and Colette, that you guys know are the persons who are going to water the seed, who are going to put fertilizer on it, who are going to tend to it, make sure the process is smooth, make sure there's no unnecessary bureaucracy, that people can get the funds on time, pay their tuition on time, make sure that the people that we produce from the program end up in the teaching profession. If you go Michael other ways, no problem. But if you're on this program, is a teaching profession that we are recruiting you for, right? And, you know, when you plant a seed and it bears fruit, you know what happens? The fruit produces more seeds. And it becomes a virtuous cycle. And we produce STEM students and students of high caliber in math and science. And before you know it, the innovation that we see taking place around the world will happen right here. There's no difference between us and those who are in Silicon Valley or in other places, or for that matter, in Bangalore in India. We can do it here. It starts with planting a seed. It starts with 1,250 STEM Teachers College. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Yes, it's still morning. I want you to remember that number, folks. Two numbers I want you to remember when you leave here today. 1,250 scholarships valued at $2.5 billion. Now, if that's not an investment, I don't know what is. Clap for that. Okay, so we're here to sign an MOU. So we're going to get ready to sign an MOU. We have to get the business done, right? We're talking about some real moves being made. But while we get organized for the MOU, we've been talking a lot, but we have some talent in the building. And we just want to welcome a former student of Mico. So Dr. Pinnock said it already, people come to Mico for different reasons. But once you have the foundation, you can fly. So we have somebody who's going to grace us with a few words and also a performance. So please put your hands together and welcome Eric K. Chambers, past student, Mico University College.
Good morning, everyone. All protocol observed. Old pirates, yes, they are by, sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I and I from the bottomless pit, but my hands were made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help me to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have, redemption song, redemption song. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help me to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have, redemption song, redemption song. These songs of freedom, redemption song, redemption song. Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eric K. Chambers, and I'm a past student of the Mico University College and also a recipient of the MSTVET scholarship. As the song reminds us to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery, and most importantly, none but ourselves can free our minds. This is a reminder that we are oftentimes enslaved not by others, but by our own self-imposed limitations. For some of us, the path to freedom is through our education. And sometimes, because of our situations, this path seems blocked. But let's be real today. The greatest hindrance, really and truly, there was a time that I felt like giving up, but I decided that I was not going to give up. And I can vividly remember that Wednesday afternoon. I was actually coming from my sixth form orientation. And I got an email, and followed that email, I got a call that I was successful. And I was supposed to reach out to my institution as soon as possible. And ladies and gentlemen, I must tell you, I am grateful. Dr. Clarke, I am grateful because this was my way out of the proverbial bottomless pit. I had to do it. But my future educators and those who are listening to me on the media, this scholarship did not only provided much needed financial assistance, but it also encouraged me to give back to my community because we had to do voluntary hours, which actually helped us going into the system because going to a school, giving back, actually having a relationship with the students that we are interacting with prepared us for what was coming. And also, this scholarship ensured that we were on top of our games because we had a minimum GPA that we must keep. We had to have a 3.0 GPA because if we fail, we know we might drop off. And none of us wanted that because we know what is going to happen. And we had an aim, we had a dream, and we ensured that we stayed on top of our game. We ensured that we studied so that we could come out to be the leaders and the teachers we are today. And overall, this scholarship allows us to give back to our country. Ladies and gentlemen, if we're supposed to buy a Sunday Gleaner right now, we can see the schools that are in need of teachers. And instead of having us contributing to brain drain, this scholarship ensures that we give back to our country for at least 5 years. Isn't that good? It is indeed. But I must say, I am grateful. And for those who are going to apply for this scholarship, do not give up. I thought I was not going to get through. And I'm pretty sure that those applications that came after me, they were also feeling discouraged. But as I often tell others, faith it until you make it. I didn't say fake, Faith. Because with faith and determination, I got through. I felt like because I was calling day in and day out, they looked for my application because they believed that I was interested. And because of that, I am a testimony. And I can testify that I am a mathematics teacher who is out here changing lives. And I hope to see all of you one day who is going to enter the profession. And I can't leave without bigging up the maths department. We are the best. And trust me, they are our mothers or fathers. I remember times when, trust me, I have everybody's number. And they can tell you that I'm going to bother them. If I don't understand something, I am going to call. I remember one morning I was doing an exam, 3 a.m. I contacted one of my lecturers and I was like, the paper was due like 8 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I wonder if he's going to reply. And would you believe that I got a reply 3:15? Trust me, we are doing a great thing. And sir, on behalf of all of us, we are grateful. Thank you, Sir Pinnock. Thank you very much. Mathematics department, thank you very much. I love you all and I'm looking out for great things.
Oh, I'm writing them down, man. My t-shirt business is going to boom by the time I finish today. I get inspire before you expire. I wrote them down. Transform the education system into a game-changing force. Thank you, Dr. Pinnock. I've got faith it till you make it. Yes, hold on, there's another one. Ooh, the minister gave me this one. Launching a revolution of change in our country. Oh yes, my business is going to be booming, and I'm very, very impressed so far. I've met 2 students from Mico. Something good is going on at Mico. Clap, Mico. Yes. And now, I did say we're here to handle some business, so I'm going to invite the minister to come and take a seat at my signing table. You can sit to the far, the far right. And I'm going to invite Miss Nikisha Walt to sit in the middle. Yes. Oh, sorry, I put in, the boss said you must sit here, so. Yes, sit where she tell you to sit. I have to follow back her, whatever she said. Yes, Miss Walsh. And Dr. Pinnock, you know I'm calling you to come up now, man. You can come and join us. And now we're going to actually get the business that we're here to handle this morning done, because you're here. What numbers did I tell you to remember? How many scholarships? Valued at how much money? You're paying attention. Good. All right, so. Oh. Of course, we have to get another chance. One more time. One more time. One more time.
Ready now? One more. How you have to instruct us? I wanted to stem in the background as we were signing. You got the stem? All right, one more time. Ready?
Your kids again. Smile while you're signing.
Absolutely. And when you're finished standing, put your document in the folder there. You get, yes, you like that one? You like it? And I want everybody to just step to the front here with your folder, and we're just going to do a photo up really quickly. Yes, you're verifying the document if it's signed properly. All right, we have to make sure it's verified. Just give us a moment so the authorities can verify it. We're good? All right, so can we do our photo up at the front now? Thank you, Mr. Authority. You see, we have to make sure we deal with the thing properly, you know? Right. 1,250 scholarships. This is an investment in the future of Jamaicans. And of course, we have to ensure that we pay attention and we encourage young people to participate in what is happening here. Can we invite the 2 students to just join us for this shot? The next one, yes. Samantha and Eric. Yes, please. We have a lot of students right now who are leaving high school who are not quite sure where they're going to study. This is an option for them, so please let them know that they should apply. And we've heard it from the students that even if you're not sure if you're going to get through, apply anyway. If you think that you don't qualify, apply anyway. You see, I've been writing down things people have been saying. I have one of my own. I said, never tell yourself no. Because if you say no, it's permanently no, you know. So allow somebody to say you're not qualified, but don't say I'm not qualified, because once you say you're not qualified, you won't even try. So never tell yourself no. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for going ahead and signing the MOU. And I want to say thank you for everybody who has joined us this morning. I want to big up the baddest ministry in government. Yes, I said it. The team at the Ministry of Finance is watching from Zoom morning. And I also want to say thank you to the team at JIS for helping us to pull this off this morning. And I just want to say, everybody, thank you who have joined us this morning. You have definitely provided some inspiration for me personally. I love when I hear young people being so inspiring, because I hear a lot of negative conversation about young people, and we have all sorts of complaints or them entitled and they don't want work and they don't want to do all these kind of things. And that might be the case for some of them, but if we look at it as an opportunity, then we can find ways that we can all work together. I used to be the youngest person in rooms when my younger days. I'm not so young anymore, but, you know, time. And I know what it is like to feel misunderstood. So sometimes they're just simply misunderstood, and we really have to take the time to understand them. And creating programs like this is a great step in the right direction, because we are giving them an opportunity to become more and better, and in turn, we all can benefit. So I want to just say thank you to the people who decided to put this thing together, because we know how it is. It's an idea, and then we go through the process, and we're here this morning to make it official. And because of this, 1,250 Jamaicans are going to be qualified STEM teachers, and teachers are the magicians. Teachers turn regular people, into somebody, right? Call the name of your favorite teacher right now, any grade. You know the name, call it. Mr. Simmons is for me. So we all have a teacher who helped shape us, who helped to change our lives. So teachers are definitely necessary. And I'm happy that we are making this investment here this morning. So please, if you're watching us online, if you see this in a newspaper, if you see it on TV, if you hear it on the radio, apply. If you know somebody who is unsure of what they want to do, encourage them to apply. And definitely go to the ministry's website, mof.gov.jm/scholarships. The information is there. You can also visit themico.edu.jm for information as well, how to apply, whatever qualifications are required. And this is definitely an opportunity that I encourage you to take advantage of. We invited you out this morning, so we do have some refreshments for you to partake in before you leave, so ensure that you do that. And I just want to remind us that as we progress over the next few months, that this investment continues. It does not end here. This is only the beginning, so we have work to do. So I hope we're ready. And thank you once again for joining us. And I'm just going to take my leave this morning. Stick around. We want to take some more photos and all of that. And to the persons online, I want to say thank you to you for joining us. And please visit the ministry's website. I'm going to tell you once more. It's mof.gov.jm/scholarships. And you can definitely get more information about the scholarship. And you can visit themico.edu.jm. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. I am Shelley and Weeks. It was my pleasure to serve you this morning.